Yeah! Welcome to No More Chores, the show formerly known as the Fan Controlled Show, the official companion show to Fan Controlled Football, the only professional football league that is controlled entirely by you, the fans. I'm Jeff 2Ns1T Cannata, and I am joined by some of my favorite people on the planet, Josh Macuga, Patrick Dees, and the commissioner himself, Ray Austin, who I think is potentially Novocained right now. Welcome to the show, fellas.
Gentlemen, what is up? My God.
I'm in a little pain, but I'm feeling really good right now.
Wait, let's go to this right now.
Right away.
Right away. So Ray's been to the dentist's today and took a meeting from the dentist chair, and we have a picture of this. Jacob, could you please bring up the shot of Ray in all his glory taking a meeting from a dental chair? Look at this. That's literally, he's about to go in Ray's mouth, and he's like, "Yeah, sure, cool. I'm touching the call."
Perfect time for the call, guys.
It's unbelievable.
I'm hoping that we get the Ray Austin version of "Is this real life?"
Unbelievable. How you feeling, Ray?
Like, the best was too, Dees. The best was too is like he's like, you know, he gives us like the peace sign while he's in it, and then all you hear in the background is ring, ring.
And I think you said, "Hey, buddy, you might want to mute that."
He started laughing. He can hear you all too.
Ray, how are you feeling? Like, what work did you have done? Are you all numb on this side of the face?
This whole right side of my body is
not good.
It's all messed up. Excuse me. I'm already there.
You're feeling it. You're feeling it.
No, but I had to do it because the season's got to get started.
Yeah.
So if I wouldn't did it now, my wife is like, nope, do it, get it done.
Yeah.
And there was some issues, some situations in the back. You know how I've been eating on my left side for a long time, and it was time to balance it out now.
Yeah.
These people's getting tired, man. They was like, and I had some issues over here. So it was pumping, man. I'm glad it's done though.
You guys ever tried to actually chew with your front teeth? It's literally impossible.
No, it sounds.
Hey, depending on what type of food it is, it gets which way that it's going to be eaten over here, there, right here.
Yeah. I mean, it is impossible to chew with the front of your mouth.
I don't think I've ever thought about where the food goes post-bite, but the very next meal, I'm going to be very into where it all goes.
I'm surprised. Yeah.
Oh my God! Well, Ray, I'm glad you're here, buddy. You're a legend.
What a trooper! What a trooper for getting out of the dentist chair and coming in.
Hey,
oh, look at your baller!
Man.
Is that your baller?
Yeah,
that's the commish, man. That's the commish baller, right?
I love that so much.
Is that a one of a kind shirt?
With that.
Yeah, it's a one of a kind. That's a vintage. I'm gonna do that as a drop one day. So I'm gonna
I love it.
Is the Bored Ape available up on the site?
It is on the store, and the gear is so cool. I know we're talking about it later. The vote is live, but Jesus Christ, those uniforms.
The Bored Apes shit already is. I'm already
so
like,
sick.
I'm already talking up on it because it's so dope, and I do like the orange with the kingpins. The kingpins being orange. I'm an orange and white fella, so yeah, I love that right there.
Yeah,
I need a stipulation in my contract that just says the stuff should appear at my doorstep. That's what I want.
What's so funny? When we all get together and somebody's wearing something, you like, oh, what the like? Where you get that at, bro?
Yeah,
every single time. Every single time.
Or you got yours from.
That hoodie is real cool, Patrick. I like that. That is.
I'm digging it too. So I can't wait to see what they do with a lot of like the pre-distressed look for that stuff. Like
we've already got the Bored Apes emotes in there.
Yeah,
buddy.
we do.
Look at that.
Yeah. We got all the teams.
Our buddies Zeno and Afro are back there with one of our amazing bubble humans. I don't know what I like bubble. I don't want to call them employees. I just want to be like part of the content team.
Yeah.
Her name's Kelly. She goes by Vess.
They're like the cells of our body, the white cells of our body. They protect us from the inside out.
That's
Look
kind
at
of
that's
the Ray's super high right now, everybody.
Yeah, that's just
Ray just interrupts a conversation about cells.
I'll continue to interrupt all day.
We're gonna talk a little bit about Bobby yesterday, but Bobby he had President Trump on his podcast yesterday. I don't know if you guys saw this.
Bob Menery?
Bob Menery had Donald Trump on his
Get
podcast
outta
yesterday.
here.
No, I know. I can't make this up. First of all, he called him
purpose?
Don, which was great.
Don.
No, two, Jeff, it is the single best clip. That man's provided a lot of just legendary clips over the years. Bobby's co-host asked him how this thing in Ukraine is going to play out. Like, what is this long-term ramifications? And he goes immediately into a windmill rant. Kills all the birds. They die. 30 years later, it rusts. He goes right into this that is completely nonsensical and then just stops. It's unbelievable. Anyway, reminded me a little bit of that, Ray, when you went right to the white blood cells.
Wait, hold up. Bob is holding down interviews with
Correct.
with the Don. Like,
Correct. Wow.
okay.
Yeah. This is
let me tell
the
you
reach
guys
this man has.
Let me tell you a funny story. So there's a golf course in Los Angeles called Trump National. It's right on the water in Palos Verdes, right? It's the nicest course in LA, but nobody will play it because everybody hates Donald Trump, right? It's the thing. So I went and played it because it was so cheap to play on the ocean. And I walked in, I was like, "You guys sell MAGA hats in here?" And the guy was like, "Yeah, right over there." And I was like, "Oh,
no,
whoops.
no, I was.
Yeah, he's like, "You want one? You want one?" I'm like, "Oh no,
I'm good.
I didn't."
Damn.
Whoops, daisy. I just got squashed by it. Oh man, so good.
Yes, lots
I
going on.
don't know where we go from that.
Yeah, I'm allowed to ball vote.
One of the reasons that the new merch is available as sported by Patrick Dees himself is because I'm told, fellas, that we have 37 days.
Fellas. 5 more of these shows. 37
5?
sounds a lot bigger than 5 of these.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're playing
my
football, boys.
God.
It's crazy.
Come on.
37.
Woo.
60 was like, that's a lot.
Yeah.
37 is like, that's basically a month.
Yeah.
That's basically
It's
a month.
not
Like
a
I got
tomorrow.
the
It's really
I got
like
the
tomorrow.
yes, yeah. I got
Yeah.
the update like, "Hey, check in for your flight to Atlanta." And I was like, "Oh my God, I'm going."
No.
Like, oh my
Oh.
word. It's coming.
When do you
alive.
leave?
It's
Saturday.
It's
Okay.
amazing. I'm so
Yeah.
excited. Dude, I started,
Yeah,
it's
for tomorrow.
becoming real in a way that like, I know for a long time we talked about it. There was so much emotion and energy setting things up. And then we started some of the votes and it starts feeling real. But you get inside this window and then you see just the intro package that we played in this game and all these wild moments from season 1, like that Logan Marchi scramble and like, you know, the Hail Marys that we had last season. We're about to get weeks more of those. And I'm just, oh man, I got
Double.
chills watching it. It was awesome.
It's such a bummer he's not coming back because I was intent on wearing a shirt every game that said "Beware the Ides of me" and giving it to Marchi. Like I was going to make him wear that shirt.
You know, Josh, my favorite thing about you is your commitment to the bit.
Yeah.
I'll never let it go, Dean.
No, why would you?
In
The
my
best way-
funeral,
the
Jeff
best
will be
thing-
reading all of my bits from this show, one after the other. At the
We're
funeral.
staying here, everybody. It's going to be a 6-hour
it's gonna-
funeral. My favorite thing about that too is the way Josh would do it is that he would wear the shirt and then he would physically remove it from himself and try to get
Yes,
Logan to
definitely.
put it on.
Marchi, wear this. It's in the store. It's in the store.
Why were
Come on.
you wearing it? Why couldn't you have just given me a new one?
Yeah, you want my musk in there. You want my musk in there. Jeff, we've got an awesome vote up going right now, dude.
Yeah.
What's the
First-
awesome vote, Josh?
First, we didn't get to vote on this last year. I mean, we
Yes.
get to vote on this year.
Didn't we?
Okay.
The ball
No,
vote? Is that a lie?
What is
there
it?
was no ball vote.
All right,
The
well,
ball
there is
just
now.
showed up.
There's
We get to
Oh,
vote
yeah.
on the football. What the
Yep.
football looks like. I voted on number 3. That's
Did
the
you?
one.
I
hard
did too.
same. Hard to, and it's running away with it. But get in there
Oh.
and vote now. It's only live until like 4:00
Yeah, you.
Pacific today.
Thank you, Jacob, for zooming in because you really have to see the detail on these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's from far away, it's like, well, they're not that different, and you zoom in, you're like, oh, they are different.
Yeah, that's the one.
I
want.
love the
You can see that soaring through. Look, I like the yellow in the strap.
Yeah,
In
the
the
yellow,
yellow
in the strap,
cool.
and then the little Wi-Fi things on the end of the ball. I feel like in a spiral that'll look really sick.
Yeah,
I like what's that called?
Like Morse code
Morse
type.
code. Yeah,
Yeah.
the pattern there.
You know what? It would have been funny if they would have like on the third one. If they would have had some bars like at 3 and some bars at 2, so then when it was spinning, it looked like the bars were going.
Oh, that would have
Oh,
been cool.
yeah.
That's how
That's
you
a
know
great
Ray's high
idea.
on dentist stuff.
Just
Yeah.
let's get some more of that stuff for you,
I
buddy.
know, right? We can have a whole damn beat.
You know
Hairy
what's a
dog
weird
D.
word? Ball. Ball. Ball is a weird word. Ball.
I should be in a meeting, be like, you know what we should do? we should let the fans run the league.
Yeah, that's the whole genesis of this entire organization was that Ray went to the dentist one time.
It sounds great.
I was at like with friends, right? And some of the people had never heard of FCF, and my buddy was like, explain it to him. And the one guy goes, you should have them choose like the logo. And I was like, we do. And he's like, and the jersey? I was like, that too. He's like, what don't they choose? I was like, literally nothing. When we can't decide anything as a company, it's like, why aren't we having fans vote on this?
I think you just wrote the commercial. It's like,
yes,
you guys, you know what you should do, and then we do that.
We do that.
Jacob, write that down. We need to shoot. We need to shoot the faux. Like, are you kids tired of playing? Like, that's the commercial.
Yes. Oh, that's so good.
Oh,
like an 80s style.
Yeah,
Yes.
they ran the wrong play. I should get to run the plays. You can.
Well,
I want to design the jerseys. You can. It's
Yes.
the whole commercial. I love it.
It is.
Writes
Yeah.
itself.
Yeah.
And then somebody gets slimed for no reason, just because it's one of those commercials.
Because slime. Jacob, we filled up the ball vote again. I'm really curious to see what the chat thinks too. I think we all feel pretty strongly about 3, but I'm curious to see. Sound off in the chat. Let me know which ones you like. It was different around the office.
Yeah,
we felt pretty differently around the office about what it was going to be. I feel like the 3 is the one we like here and is off to a pretty good lead. Info Arcade likes 3 for sure.
3 all day.
3 all day. All right. We're not alone. Oh, Rick T, number 2.
I know we've moved off this.
Afro went with 5, and that's just very confusing.
I know we've moved off this, but I'm still churning on our commercial because I think it's good.
Keep going.
The end of it should like the kid's like mind is blown, and he's like, "Yeah, and you know what else is dumb? Like, why should a team be owned by Cleveland? You know who should own a team is fucking Quavo." And then that's the end. That's just the end of the commercial.
It goes right to a test pattern.
Fan-controlled football brought to you by a dentist office, where one man went in to get fillings and left out with the football league.
I do love the fact that like the design of even the detail of the design of the football not only is public and thought about and like you want it to be cool, like that fact is neat. That like, hey, we want to make the football look cool. Yeah. But then the fact that the fans have the last decision on it is even better. Obviously that's the coolest part of FCF. But just the fact that it's like, oh, hey, let's think about what the football should look like is even a step above.
And it was a lot of thought too. You wouldn't have believed how much like thought and debate went into this because we wanted to look like everything in the league. We're still hard hitting football. We want it to look and feel like football. And if you get like too gimmicky, if you get like a red, white, and blue stripe ball, it starts looking like something else. So we wanted it to be evocative of hard hitting football, but also have our own spin on it. It has to be different. And so these are the 4 that we came away with that I feel like accomplished both of those. And I'm excited fans are choosing.
The legend that is the Ruthless Cutie in the chat says black and neon green would have been dope. That's where I agree with you, Dees, on that one. Is I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure the ABA failed because it ran out of money
because of that ball.
Because of the ball,
because of the ball.
Because of the ball.
But you know what? Grant was the one. He was the main one. Like he was like no, like no. And we were like, oh no, like what about go? Because
he was super right.
But he was right though. It's like, you know what? We don't want. I mean, like we don't want to get too gimmicky. Like
You know what we should do though? What we should do is for like a skills competition, maybe like that all-star competition discussion, is that we get like some like 10 or 15 like power balls like they have in the 3-point contest, and like here's your bonus ball, and you throw it, and then we have people sign it and we give those away to like the best fans or auction them off.
The man up could have its own ball. Like that to me could be a gimmick ball, right? Like to show that it's a man up.
I love that.
Let's think about that, Ray. That'd be fun.
I do think though, like Josh, you pointed it out, the neon in the thread of the grip is so cool. Is killer. It's subtle, but it's awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
Get in there. I think that vote closes today at 4:00 Pacific. So we got like another hour and a half, the length of the show to determine the ball. So get in there and vote if you haven't.
Get in there and vote. That is the phrase you're going to hear from us a lot over the next few weeks. Road to the FCF happened. Awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
Cool.
Congrats to our winners, Colin Andrews, Tony Dixon, and Antonio Turner. Ray, were you surprised at the winners? Did you expect these 3? What was your take?
Ray is frozen.
we
I'll
lose-
speak for
That's
Ray.
just- yeah, would you?
I heard half of what you said. Say that one more time, bro.
I said the 3 winners of Road to the SCF. Were you surprised that those were the 3, or what was your take on the winners?
Oh no, I mean, though, I think all 3 were perfect selections for us. I mean, especially I'm thinking about the names. I'm getting lost on
Colin
the
Andrews, Tony Dixon, and Antonio Turner.
Tony Dixon, man, I tell you, man,
Yeah.
you guys better watch out, man. Tony Dixon, and not saying that the other 2 weren't. I just like watching some of Dixon's film, like watching him on when he came to the workout. Man, he's gonna be a star. For him to be at the bottom, the only reason like some of these guys were at the bottom is because we had already filled out the roster in so many other in that position. So that's the only reason why a lot of these guys were at the bottom. But Tony Dixon's going to be up, man. He's going to be a star. Trust that. Yeah.
And Tony Dixon comes from NFL pedigree, like his cousin's Joe Hayden or something like that. And he has
like
football.
He's got like 2 cousins that are like, born and bred to play in NFL ball. So it's like, if it's in the blood, man, it's all seeping down to all the young ones too. So
it's shocking. And, and Dees will probably go with me on this one. That's how Jeff Cannata got into Shakespeare. It's like all the way down the line. His dad, his uncle, his grandfather, all big fans of the Bard. They pounded the planks, as they say, or hit the boards, whatever they say in the Bard lingo there, the Cannata family. Because as we all know, his grandfather was in a traveling Shakespearean group that went through and was actually featured in the final episode of 1883. I don't know if you guys caught that, but it was good. Yeah.
Couldn't actually be farther from the truth, but I am from a long line of people who are like, "What Shakespeare? What?" It's okay.
I mean, when we think of seriously though, to the road to the AF, I think like watching these guys, Tony. I'm not just saying Tony Dixon, but watching. These are the guys that fans pick. They selected, and so that we get to watch their career. I cannot wait to see, because I remember this is when we found the Jurdies and the Logan Martin, the G Ways, and like to see one of these guys become a Travis Devoidian, like how dope would that be? So that's what
we got to vote up right now in the chat of who you would like to see on this show of those 3 guys.
Oh, nice.
Tony Dixon right now running away with it, 63%. But you got time to get that vote in. We got a few more seconds. So if you want to see somebody else on the show first, I think I want to see all 3 of those guys. Honestly.
Amen.
But we will prioritize your fan vote and try to get these guys to hang out with us and get a little deep dive into the experience of winning that they.
And I loved on the Road to the FCF show how we saw the percentages fluctuating. And I was watching with my buddy, and he was like, "Oh, Tony Dix! Oh, Antonio!" Like that was awesome. I love
the whole thing was all like, what a cool sneak peek of what FCF content on NBC is going to look like, right? The whole production was rad. They worked. They're incredible partners. They really get the vision, and I was just, I don't know, again, really excited because again, it's been a year working toward that night, and to be able to see that live, up on the big screen on Peacock was pretty great.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of other votes coming up. Man, it's all happening. Like I said, we got just over a month. Oh, Tony Dixon won our vote with 65%. So our producer Jacob is going to get on that, and I hope you'll see Tony on this very stream very soon. As I said, we got just over a month until the games are on the field and we are watching football being played in season 2.0 of FCF. So that means the fans are front and center right now, voting, making the decisions that lead up to the debut of season 2.0, including jerseys. Ray got new jerseys for those ballers teams, those expansion teams.
This is one of my favorite votes. Some of them. Getting so excited about these.
Dude.
Okay. Do you like above where it says Aoki, those like eyes above it at the top of the jersey? How are you guys feeling about that?
I do really like that actually.
Okay.
Yeah. I think the eyes below are a little like too many eyes.
They're a little butt. They're a little like a butt on a face butt.
Yeah, they bring those eyes. And the one thing that I want to say is though, the eyes, I'm glad they're high, because if they were lower, it would look like a bra.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's right.
Yeah.
Always thinking about the bra.
Yeah. But then on the back.
Yeah. Okay.
And I like the yellow.
See where they are now. Yeah,
that's
where they are now.
A bit like breasts.
Yes. Yeah, a little bit.
I mean, I think on the player it'll be higher up, but yeah.
The color scheme looks great though. The majority of that yellow.
I like the gold. Yeah.
I think it's cool.
I love the yellow.
I do too.
And I love the yellow. Ooh, that's pretty
Oh
sick.
my
though.
god, that's so good.
That's
That
dope.
like looks
That's dope.
static look.
Yeah, it
Um,
looks like it's like being disrupted in the
Yes.
moment. You know,
Oh my god,
Yeah.
that's so cool.
that might be my
Yeah.
favorite of
That's
the
my
8
vote so
Okies.
far.
Okay, Harry.
Yeah.
Dog,
All
Harry
right, all right.
Dog
So
being
there
the
is a
daddy.
right
Yeah.
answer for the
Yeah.
apes jersey. So
Yeah,
we'll get there.
All the apes
But
are cool, but
they're
there's
all
there's a
solid.
That's what I
correct.
was about to say. All the apes are dope. So
There,
Yeah.
but then there's one that's like
there's
super dope.
there's
This
one.
is-
I wonder which one you picked though. Go ahead.
I would be
mean-
thrilled if the one that I actually love didn't exist. I would be thrilled about this one. I think it looks awesome, right? Like it
I
has that
like the
old-timey
board ape
classic.
just like right there, the
kicking
logo
it
on the
there.
chest,
Yes, me
like
too.
a superhero.
Yep.
Uh,
Still feels old.
Yeah.
Also
Okay.
great. Look again, it looks pre-distressed.
I'm not in
right?
love
The
with this
leather is
color.
cracking.
I'm not in
Yeah.
love with
No?
that color. I don't
that,
know.
like,
It-
tan?
Flesh tone.
yeah, it's too fleshy to me.
Yeah,
It's, or like I don't know, like a. It looks. It doesn't look like it's finished or something. I don't know.
I
Yeah.
can't unsee that now. Yeah, I
Yeah.
get that.
This
That's great.
the board ape here did not go to the same dentist as Ray.
No.
Different
This-
teeth.
There it is. Come on.
one.
Oh my God.
I don't know who did this.
There it is.
That
Dude.
Harry Dog B in the chat. Teeth. Show me. Fangs. Sweet. Yes,
Dude,
this
Yeah.
is the one.
so good.
That-
And then the
That's the
all
one.
black on the
Oh,
back.
yeah, I agree.
This is
That
what I-
black and then that dark brown looks so good. What are we even
Yeah.
doing if this one doesn't win?
Yeah, this is what
I
I
know.
said. This one doesn't win. We riot.
Yes.
Right.
Oh my God, it's so cool.
Oh
That's-
no.
And
Of
it's so
course.
different than any other jersey that you've ever
Yeah.
seen.
100%.
So real quick, our former producer and biggest fan of Jeff Cannata, least biggest fan of Josh Macuga,
Correct.
Annalise, aka Banana Leche. Hot take: I hate this design when talking. about
Oh,
the
what are
team.
you talking about?
Come
This is-
on.
What did
Yeah.
you have a problem with?
I know.
Well, I think
Who
what she
hurt
has a
ass?
problem with is that I believe, like when she was in the 7th grade or 8th grade, she was forced to go to a vampire high school. And
Oh,
there were a lot
oh,
of
yeah,
kids
yeah.
with fangs. And because she's not a vampire,
yeah.
again,
Yeah.
it was kind of like a whole thing. She was on the outside, the cool clique in the cafeteria, always biting people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blah, blah,
A lot of those high schools in Southern California, like Orange County, just chock full of them.
Of all vampires.
It's just, just
vampire. It's housewives and vampires. Everybody knows that.
okay. Now, what do you think about
It's just like a sports
this
beverage.
green?
to
It's
me.
cool.
Yes.
I
This
think
is
no,
a sports beverage.
It is, right? Like, I feel like it's a monster drink.
It is.
Drink a Kingpin, get all the energy you need.
Yeah.
But I
Kingpin
think
and
the
vodka.
Beast- I think the Beast own the green.
Now
I think-
that's a jersey.
I agree.
Oh.
No, I agree with what Ray just said. Beasts own the green. Yeah.
But there's just like a dark, like a hunter green. I feel
Yeah.
like I again don't want them to be too close, but I don't
This,
know. This
now
is
this
bright
This
This is a
one's
jersey.
cool.
alien green.
This is a jersey
Sorry.
right here.
Sorry.
You don't like it, Ray?
Sorry. I mean, with the
Look at the
little
kingpins coming out of the shoulder. Just
pins
like-
on the shoulder, like, do I make this play or no? I don't. No.
Do I make this?
you got a
play?
devil and an
I'm gonna
angel on
hide.
your shoulder, just
That's
like
what I'm
Jeff's one-man
saying.
show.
Just like Jeff's one man show.
You guys
I-
ever saw Jeff's one-man show?
Oh,
That's
man,
the
how
one,
many
right?
times haven't I
Damn.
seen it?
That's
And
the
this
one.
is the
That's the
definitive
one.
jersey, right?
That's
Like,
the
I-
one. You know why? That's the one. It's exactly what Ray said about the beast own the green. No one owns that color. The
No one
kingpins
owns
can
no
own that
orange,
color.
man.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the leopard print, look, it's
It's-
awesome. It's just
that's-
so
that's
different
cool.
than any other. Again, it maintains that balance between still looking like a football jersey, but being unlike anything that came before it. And that's what this league is all about. And I think this
Yeah.
jersey does that.
You know what
And
that
look
one
at
looks
you
like?
notice
Josh?
Even if they go well, because we're gonna have and fans need to know this. We're gonna have black or like last year we had black or silver helmet.
Right.
So
Yep.
if this happens with the silver, the orange and silver, if, the Tennessee wears that shit, and it is dope. Even
Yeah.
if we go with the white pants, orange and white with the silver,
Yep.
it's still
It'll look
Yeah.
good.
You know what?
Notice
you know
the
what this looks
crown
like,
above
Josh?
the 22 on the back.
Oh yeah.
The
I like
crown
that.
is so nice,
Yeah,
and
I like
right
that.
in that center is the Ethereum symbol is the center of the crown.
Yeah, that's pretty
So
sick.
good.
Josh, you know what?
Somebody
You know what
said
this one looks
Cheeto-
like?
Somebody
What's
said Cheetos jersey though. Somebody said
Cheetos.
Cheetos.
Okay, Chester
Well, let's get
Cheetah's a
sponsored.
badass.
Oh, I like that nice one.
What were you
Go
saying,
back to
Jeffrey?
the-
We
go back to
interrupted
the-
you about
That's
9
okay.
times.
It's okay. It was a joke, and the moment has passed.
Come on, Jeff, you got it. Hold on, guys.
come
let's
on,
do it.
Jeff.
Come on.
Go ahead.
Come on, Jeff.
You know how
can
jokes
do
always
it.
work is when you go back in time and you
That's
try to
right.
make it happen again.
All right,
Hey,
Jeff, let's
Josh,
start.
you know what that one looks like?
What's that, Jeff?
Like a walking anytizer.
Oh,
See, still works, Jeff. Still works.
Yep.
Still works.
I like this one a lot.
Yeah.
Do you-
We
okay,
don't
so
have
that-
a royal blue yet.
So we don't. And what's interesting in talking with the Knights, they wanted to be as close to the Knicks color combination as possible, which was really unique in the league. And it was an easy request to say, yeah, we can feel Knicks-esque It's
Sure.
good. I think. Do you like this one, Ray? How you feeling?
Now, I'm gonna be real. It's kind of with it's kind of no. Not my
Okay.
favorite. This one's not my favorite.
Okay.
Now this one right here with the silk, like with the silver, like it's either gonna be black or silk, like the silver helmet. With shit, like it's
Helmet would look great at that.
that's gonna be fly.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I still vote for number one on this.
I
one.
like number one the best too.
Oh,
that was cool,
that's
though.
hot. That's hot. Oh, with the
With
swords.
the swords? Come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Swords. Yeah, that's a winner.
Yeah, that's
Swords. Swords, teeth. Yes.
Yeah.
How many are we gonna like in the parking lot before nights of DGen games? Will we have ballers LARPing and like actually kind of doing,
we are now. Now
Little
that
they
medieval
suggested it.
times right in the parking lot.
Yeah,
There was
yeah,
no
okay.
Pepsi
medieval times in the park.
in medieval
Hey,
times.
you know
Why
what
would
they
there be
could
Pepsi
probably-
at medieval times?
But they could probably use in that event is, I don't know, somebody that might be able to say a monologue or two.
Do you know
Just
anybody?
a period, period
Just a
monologue that
little iambic
I
pentameter.
don't know. if anybody
Yes.
could find
Dost
anybody
thou
that could do that.
protest too much? Jeffrey?
So you can get your votes in right now. The votes are live for the jerseys for the ballers. And the voting ends March 11, which is
What if-
what's today, the 9th?
Tomorrow.
What if we had
Is
an
it 10?
actual joust at halftime? Is that too dangerous?
Listen, I said we get in touch with medieval times.
Yeah.
Fucking like a joust.
Yeah,
Is there an Atlanta medieval times?
gotta be.
no.
They've got everything else.
Yeah.
Has to be.
The
Yeah,
amount of
nothing is too
cheesecake
dangerous.
factories in there. is-
It's great. Like Best Buys and Applebee's.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
The other
Freddie
thing I need
Emerald
to
says,
tell you
that was
folks
my
about,
idea, Josh. Okay, sorry, Freddie. Sorry, that's my bad. Yeah.
I need to tell you folks about another big deal. Big deal. You know that the Wild Aces is being rebranded.
Yep.
And has a new name, which I really like.
I do too.
I think it's a
didn't at first,
great
and now
name. Wild Aces is now going to be called Should Have Been Stars. Whoop, not question mark. Should have been stars.
Should have been stars. I think should have
There
been
it is.
aces was
There it
right
is.
there, but I'll be
No,
fine
should have
with
been
that.
stars. They want to, they want to completely rebrand. They lose
Yeah,
the Aces.
yeah,
Should
I
have been
like
stars.
the Revengers.
I like the
Nowsias
Revengers
says,
too.
Long live
Yeah, I
Wild
like the
Aces.
Revengers.
I like the Revengers, but should have been stars. Obviously on brand with Drewski. Drewski coming in hot. Already talking to players. He's feeling it. SBS for short is kind of dope, right? SBS
That's true.
Nation, right?
And I think
stars for short.
I was just gonna say they'll be referred to as stars most of the time, and the logo submissions are primarily just like single stars, which
Yeah.
admittedly look awesome.
There's that one. Do we have the logo
You
submissions?
see, you
up?
talking about the one with the S and the B in it?
Yes.
Yeah.
that was dope.
Yeah.
That was pretty dope.
Right.
I guess not.
I guess we don't. Sorry.
I haven't seen those yet, but I'm excited to check them out because the vote is up for that now too. Are we voting for the logo right now?
The logo vote is. I mean, you can upvote. I think
You're
on the
upvoting,
vote?
right? Yeah,
We're
Upvoting.
upvoting.
Yep.
Yeah. So not final vote yet.
No,
But-
because I submitted a logo of Should Have Been Stars, and it was me in the 7th grade musical as
Oh.
Mongo in
Yep.
Cafeteria of Terror.
Could you pull that up? We have that, Josh. Actually, we have that. Hold on, let's pull that up.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Maybe not. All right, we'll come back to it.
Now,
Frantic
what's
and
shocking too in this one as well, Dees, is Should Have Been Stars. Obviously, the new name of our one of our OG teams, right? And actually, in a you can find it. It's online. You can find it in a press clipping from the East Texas Herald in 2003.
Yeah, go on.
There's a quote from one of the writers, and he's frozen right now, so he can't respond. But Jeff Cannata should have been a star already, was in there, and we are lucky here in East Texas to see his rendition of Hamlet in a way that has never been done before. The Danish king himself brought to life by the king of Antioch.
He's really targeting me heavy this week.
Oh, yeah, he's coming in hot. He's
incessant.
feeling it.
Yeah.
He's moving house. He's throwing fractals.
Sorry,
I'm
Jeff.
telling you
I'm
what.
sorry, buddy.
All right. Well, so get into the app. If you don't have the app, like, what are you even doing? Get the app. Download the app. You can vote from inside the app. That's what you're going to be using when the games are live in 37 days to help call plays and do everything. And check out fcf.io for all the updates and on the socials and everything. But those votes are going right now. So get your voice in the decision process of this league. Okay, we got a guest. We got a guest.
We do.
I think there's been back and forth. At a certain point, I wasn't even sure if this guest was going to be here, but I'm excited. I'm excited.
In classic FCF fashion, no idea what's going on.
We should make a bet to see whose internet will be worse, Ray's or Grant's. I think that's a.
Well,
sorry, Ray.
I think we've all frozen at one point
Is it
today.
that
already.
bad? Damn.
Sometimes, Ray.
Let's bring him in. Grant. What's up, buddy?
It's absolutely my internet that's gonna be worse. I've already been dropped like 3 times just waiting.
Amazing.
StreamYard is the worst. Someone's gonna explain to me why the fuck we use this. I don't understand.
Well, it's about to change. We're going to talk about it. Not that anybody cares about our behind the scenes production value.
No, three out of 5 of us have no problems, but it's definitely StreamYard that's the issue.
Yeah. I mean, if 40% of the people using your thing have problems, that's the fucking product's problem.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough. All right, I'm told, Grant, you have Titanic news for us.
I don't know that I do, but okay.
Okay. That's what I was told.
Well, I want to hear.
I think. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I want to hear a little bit about so last night, Johnny Manziel did a clubhouse with Drewski. He had talking a lot of smack. I know you kind of helped pull it all together and were there for all of it. So would love to hear the highlights and what is the latest on Johnny in general?
Yep, great question. So Johnny is coming back. We think.
Yeah.
What the crap,
totally
man?
Done.
Titanic news.
Not totally done yet, but it's sure looking good. I think he's gonna be coming back. I think he's gonna have he'll be playing. He's gonna do some commentating. We are working on a alternative version of the broadcast that will feature him and some other notable players and faces that I think is gonna be pretty fun, pretty awesome. And he definitely threw Bob some shade, even though, him and I are both very friendly with Bob, but he was giving him some real shit yesterday about how he didn't make the content he could have and should have. In Bob's defense, we were in a bubble last year, and there was a 0% chance that maniac could possibly sit still in a hotel room for 5 days and make it into said bubble. So I get why he couldn't. But I think the big plan is to have Johnny and Drewski make a lot of stuff together. Now, Johnny is a franchise tag zapper, so it's going to require some sort of wheeling and dealing if he were going to become a star or a should have been star. Although it's an amazingly named, amazing matchup of brands.
Unbelievable.
So it'll be interesting to see. I also think that Johnny likes to have a good time. I don't know if that's known about him or not. I don't know if there's an inside secret, but Johnny likes to have a good time. And admittedly, there wasn't that much of a good time to be had in a bubble hotel with a bunch of other dudes and no parties last season. So I do think that Johnny will have a much more fun time this season with no bubble restrictions in Atlanta, where our new venue is. Fans didn't get to go last year, but our venue was up in the middle of nowhere. There wasn't, even if you weren't in the bubble, there wasn't much going on. This year we are in a much more fun part of town where our team hotel is. So I think there's going to be a lot more off the field antics that'll be fun for everybody involved, honestly.
Well, you're pretty close to Bobby too, right? I'm curious to see. I mean, he threw that shade last night. Johnny threw that shade Bobby's way. Bobby's looking down the barrel of potentially losing Johnny Manziel as his franchise tag. What kind of headspace is Bobby in at the moment?
Well, I don't even know if Bob has noticed. I mean, he noticed some of the stuff on social, but literally Bob yesterday interviewed Donald Trump. And posted the podcast. So Bob had a lot more on his plate yesterday than Johnny and Drewski. Let's just be honest. I don't know how. The idea that Bob Menery, the guy who called our last game in Salt Lake City before, just for everyone's Bob has been a part of this since before he had an Instagram, before anyone knew who he was. He was some friend of mine's little brother who was a deadbeat caddy in LA who had a funny voice, and we flew him out to Salt Lake and had him announce the game. And somewhere in our archives it exists. Go back and watch it. It is fucking hilarious. At halftime, Soren, I thought it was so funny. Dees and Ray thought it was the most offensive thing they ever heard. They actually called and told him to basically shut it off in the second half. He kept making. I don't think he realized that the co-host, the guy he was doing it with, it was Salt Lake. So it was
so
a straight Mormon dude. Bob kept making a lot of wildly inappropriate jokes that I don't think landed particularly well. Anyways, the idea that kid.
I want that footage. That has got to be footage we play at some point. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good.
Yeah,
that's
and
a
when
good
he kept
point. We
saying
gotta go
things
back and find that.
like, all right, if this play doesn't happen, we're gonna take shots, right? And the guy's like,
Yeah.
I don't know about that, Bob.
And like, what
absolutely not zero
Is it like the Howard Stern scene when Robin gets fired and he like has that old school like Carl Castle?
Yeah, he's just totally off brand.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
exactly.
Didn't he constantly make like, well, I guess if they score on this
anyway,
drive,
so,
we all get an extra wife. We are in Utah. Like, sorry, what?
Amazing.
Unbelievable.
That's good. That is.
So anyhow,
yeah.
I don't know that Bob. I mean, Bob and I have talked about it. I think there will likely be some type of wager going down between him and Drewski that will involve likely players and cash and God knows what else. So I think it's gonna be fun. I think that Drewski, especially being in Atlanta and being, what we learned with our owners last season is that the guys who are NFL players or athletes, the guys and gals, are great. They're super competitive, and like behind the scenes, they're super involved. Richard Sherman's manager called every single week angry about some penalty call. Marshawn, his manager, called every week to talk about players and who could be on what teams, blah, blah. But
Quavo.
they aren't like by trade, they're not content creators, right? So we'd get them to come do stuff. They'd hop in a booth, they'd share on social, blah, blah. But they like, it isn't in their nature to be out filming, creating content, editing, blah, blah. It is for Bob and for Drewski and for Greg, formerly on this team. And so I think for those kind of folks to be involved in the league, and again, to have people in Atlanta and someone like Drewski, who the players clearly are so drawn towards, I think it's going to be awesome, especially when we don't have a bubble and they can kind of come and go. And I think we'll get not just the stuff on game days, but like a much more fun, entertaining look into everything that's happening outside of game days by virtue of having those guys involved, which I'm excited about. And then I think bring in star players like Johnny and a litany of others to be in and out of the league, either full-time players or guys who drop in for a couple weeks. I think will help stir the pot quite a lot as well.
So when you say litany, Grant, of House Cohen, what litany are we talking about? Are we like what kind of players are we going after here? Because listen, there's a Rolodex of guys that should have been stars that we could probably get on here.
Well, there's a Rolodex of guys who were stars who I think would still want to come out and play. So we've had a ton of conversations with a lot of guys. Nothing that we are formally announcing just yet, but I don't know. I'm curious. What do you guys think? Like I saw Colin Kaepernick today had a video that he posted that went a little viral of him playing. He is my number one choice. Heads and shoulders above. I want Cap out in the league. Are we going to get him? I highly doubt it. He's getting paid so much money to not play right now that I can't imagine we could get him. But you start going down the line, like who are the other guys? Who's on your wish list of, and it doesn't have to necessarily be NFL players now. And like other sports, you can get celebrities. Celebrities come and play golf. They'll do basketball. They do sports that like aren't going to physically destroy them. But football, you've got to be a pretty badass dude. So who would you want to show up in the FCF?
Kaepernick was the first one that came to my head. I mean, that would be awesome. But
I'd like to see Hulk Hogan play in the league.
No, you wouldn't. He didn't even have the physical ability to wrestle.
Brock Lesnar did like
you've clearly never taken a leg drop, but okay.
I'd like to see like Hugh Jackman play live.
He's never.
There you go. Now we're
Hugh
talking.
Jackman, yeah, that'd be awesome.
What about like guys that have played football players in movies? What's Scott Bakula up to? What's Adam Sandler up to? Like
Bakula's
70. What about like? Can we get Kathy Ireland to come out and kick some extra? Oh, we don't have kickers.
We don't have kicking, right?
What? We can make an exception for Kathy Ireland.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, we could. Spoken like a true kid of the 90s.
Yeah, baby.
Whatever, Kathy Ireland.
Whatever.
Yeah. Someone in the comments here has a few that have been high on my list. So the good part, Calvin Ridley is the one that I'm super interested in.
Yeah,
he's in Atlanta.
Yeah.
We know he's not playing.
Totally.
And
I'd love to see him.
We could illegally have like bookie content behind the scenes of like Calvin Ridley. Yo, get my play going. 1,500 on touchdown.
So I think he'd be an awesome one. Someone else, the same person said Mike Vick, certainly in Atlanta would be killer. He doesn't live in Atlanta anymore. He lives in Florida. We actually came really close to having him come play last season. I don't think we ever really talked about that publicly, but like the grand plan was he was going to show up at halftime of the championship game for whatever team was losing. And unfortunately, the bubble, cool. I thought we were going to have the bubble burst before the last game. We didn't because guys had to stay for a couple days after, so that kind of screwed us up. But I would love to figure out how to get him in. T.O. for sure would be awesome. He's apparently still in great shape.
Robert Griffin.
RG3?
RG3, he's doing a lot of announcing. His body, I mean, I feel like his knees were just shredded. I can't imagine he's still in good
Warren Moon?
Warren Moon.
106 years old.
Well,
still got it. Still got it.
Warren Moon. Like, why would we want to? We wouldn't. That's like seeing Muhammad Ali fight. You know, you want to see him at their best. You don't want to see him like.
What we could have is like a senior skills competition.
Yeah.
So Bob
hey, Des Bryant. I see Des Bryant. Des Bryant would be.
Yeah.
It does be fun.
Tom Brady.
So Bob is recruiting a bunch of former players right now to bring in. He did a bunch of that work last year again. I think it's in the bubble, like Urlacher, Ricky Williams, guys that we talked to last year. That I think we have a shot at bringing back this year. He has one name. He just obviously was like the first person to interview Trump, so you can get the sense he's going for shock value these days. He has one name that I think would be the most shocking of them all. He is a little older, but was former All-Pro and Heisman Trophy winner. How do you guys feel about O.J. Simpson sitting up in the league?
What?
Come on.
Wouldn't it be incredible? It would break the internet. O.J. puts the helmet on and comes out. It would be so good.
I think that's when we get canceled. I think that's what we get.
I like how Grant's like, he's a little older.
He's been incarcerated, more than likely. He should have been incarcerated for life. And we're going to get him in the league. Let's do it. No.
Hey, he did his time. He did his time.
But in real talk, OJ, I was a fan of OJ when I was a kid because it was like he went from football to acting. And back then, before we knew
the Ray path. Okay,
this was the Ray path. Like OJ was that dude. That element, when he was running through the airport, I was like, dude, that's fucking amazing.
Everybody was a fan of OJ before he murdered people.
Yes. Yes. If you didn't like Norberg and Naked Gun, you didn't have feelings.
Yeah. Right. Who didn't like Naked Gun when they threw him and he just wheelchair?
So funny.
Well, Grant, I'm glad you're here too. I mean, outside of kind of stunt casting and obviously these other huge names we're looking to bring in this season, we've spent a lot of time on the show and just like on social and whatnot, talking a lot about the Ballers Collective. I wanted you to come on and talk a little bit about like, dude, what's up with the OG teams coming into this season? Like, what's new for those guys? The OJ, the Juice.
Yeah, I mean, look,
the OG teams, like the Zappers.
Yeah, so the Baller stuff is clearly, all the new teams. For the OG teams, I think we've talked about this a lot. The Ballers are not a thing, at least not at this stage. And so I think there's gonna be a bunch of new stuff for the new teams. I mean, beyond the fact that like you actually get to go now, right? Like that's the biggest, I think, change and thing that I know my team's spending a lot of time on is like, wow, we actually get to have people in the building and fans, live there and like what kind of food are we serving? What kind of drinks? Like what's that experience like? Like that's the stuff that's important to me, obviously. Is that piece of it. Who we can have perform the halftime shows and all that shit, which is really cool and like so exciting. As someone who was there a lot last year in an empty building, it was really neat to be there, but it's going to be so much better with a ton of people there this year. So I think that clearly is one big thing. I think a litany of new players. And then the other one that we're also working on that I think it got a little bit reported on, one of them that we're talking to already, but is guest coaches. So, we have dedicated position coaches and coordinators who's, the vast majority of their job and any coach's job is not calling plays on game day. Right? That's a small percentage of their time. Most of their time is spent teaching guys technique, breaking down film, getting to learn the playbook, running practices, running drills, motivating guys, managing personalities, all that stuff that comes in the job of being a coach. The actual game day stuff, especially in our league where they aren't the ones, especially on the offensive side, physically calling the plays, is actually, I think most of them would tell you, kind of the easy part, right? It's fun, but it's not doesn't require as much sort of formal training. So this season we're going to bring out a bunch of celebrity guest coaches, and we've given each of the ownership groups a budget and a directive to recruit their own. And I will say, for the Zappers specifically, I know there's Bob couldn't help himself and already called out Antonio Brown as one of those potential coaches, but there's a couple other really fucking fun people that he's rounding up that I think would be just awesome to have. So again, who do you want as a celebrity guest coach? And I think that'll play in a lot for the OG teams who have kind of already the built-in fan bases that kind of have ideas of stuff they'd want to do, and then owners who obviously have a lot of relationships.
That's awesome. I mean, that's where you
give Grant a lot of credit for this, but I know it came from Bob. But Grant really orchestrated this shit, and I think it's brilliant because on game day, everything's already set. So then when you bring in that other piece, it just really heightens everything. Like imagine, like think about the University of Alabama, which they do it every fucking bowl game. They bring all the old school guys and they put them on the sideline. They're really coaching. Those guys are coaching them dudes up. They are literally calling. I mean, I can see it, and it is the best feeling. So to have like football fun people that could come in, like celebrities that know football.
Yeah,
I've heard Kevin Hart talk about football. He knows what he's talking about. I love to hear that, to see their perspective. But how dope would it be to have him against like Spice Adams, coaching the game, and we're getting that content, man. That's the type of I think it's a brilliant idea. I love it.
Ray,
That's also the one I want.
Go ahead.
One side has Sylvester Stallone, the other side has Carl Weathers. Rocky throwback week in the FCF.
I literally was about to yell Dolph Lundgren across the
Dolph.
Come on, Drago.
That's it.
We need to get Dees' Yoda in the back and Darth Vader.
There you go.
There we go.
Josh's idea is the only game that ends in a hug.
Yeah. Everybody's psyched
We
about
all
it.
win.
Yeah. And then Drago comes out for the ballers, and he's like, "Oh no, here comes Drago as the baller," and he's like, "If they die, they die.
I must break you.
I will break you."
Yeah.
And I think that's where you can get all these older ideas that Patrick seemed hell bent on offering up. These older guys, these these retired greats. They probably have a lot. That's they bring exactly what Ray was talking about. That inspirational quality that the players are looking up to these guys and like, oh my god, I want to show off. I want to impress them.
Yeah.
I just saw what Coach Hayes is doing.
Listen, our players should be impressed just by the fact that these dudes, like the fact that Johnny's putting on football, like some of the guys that we were talking about, that these guys have done it and they did it. Their bodies are, they've been through it, but they're coming back out here to do it. Man, I got mad respect for them all, man, for real.
What if one of our halftime shows was Bill Belichick versus Bill Parcells, and who would smile first? And they try and make each other laugh.
Nose to nose.
Like that.
Nose to nose anger. Or Greg Popovich versus like our sideline reporter for who cry. Like, come on. Popovich, even though
that Bill versus Bill one, we would like to get to the second half eventually, though, right? Like, I don't think guys are cracking.
It's called Post No Bills.
Well, so the coach who I think we do have a legitimate shot at that I'm most excited about would be Big John Daly. I want, because he's a big football guy, just roaming the sideline, just ripping darts, throwing back vodka, just barking at the guys in the field. It'd be so fucking great. It'd be so much fun.
He's got a cocktail and like a cup from his house.
I'm giving you one that you got to go get. You got to go get Will Ferrell. Go find him. Go get him. Figure it out. Figure out how
not a bad idea.
Here. Yeah, that's your only mission from here on. I've said it.
Yeah, you saw him for that Warrior game the other day, all suited up in his Tropic. He was awesome. Maybe we do basketball next and have him come play.
You've stumbled upon a mashup of ideas that would be gold, which is Will Ferrell versus Bill Parcells. Can Will Ferrell make Bill Parcells smile?
There you go. That's the one.
And if we don't have Bo Jackson at some point coaching, what are we even doing this for?
Or Barry Sanders.
Come on.
Barry Sanders, Bo Jackson, man.
Yeah.
I like that.
Lot coming down.
I want Jerry Rice.
Yes.
Yeah. That would be my dream.
Tom Coughlin? I think we're okay without Tom Coughlin. I think this is where the chat went a little outrageous. Now let's get Coughlin. Nothing like a good Tom Coughlin story to really get the kids going.
Have Jeff Fisher coach 2 games and just assume he's going to go 1-1.
Poor Jeff Fisher. He's kind of a friend of our family. I like Jeff Fisher.
Poor Jeff.
Yeah, sure. Sean Payton would be a good one. He's not. I mean, I think he's going to probably be doing a lot of announcing, but have him come
What about like Rick, the girl that played Icebox in Little Giants? What's she up to?
Yeah.
Let's get hers. And the kid who played Spike, who like carried the refrigerator on his back up the thing. I mean, that kid was legendary.
Yeah. Wait. Who was the DB and Remember the Titans that just gave up his position? Was like, go in and you play.
Yeah,
Who was that dude?
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling, man. Oh,
Come on.
Come on.
Yeah, we'll
A
probably
cast-
get him.
No,
yeah.
He's not
Gosling.
doing
By the
much.
way, who was
you
the,
go
who was
in
the
and
coach of
win
that
and help
team?
us
That
win.
one
I'm gonna
guy.
go
Do you
ahead
guys
and
remember
sit on
him?
the phone.
Denzel Washington?
I'm
Who
fucking
is the
with you. Yes,
No,
obviously.
no, no. Obviously, Grant. No. But what I'm saying is like, how do we get like Denzel Washington against Al Pacino, like the two greatest movie football coaches of all time?
We should get his Cuba Gooding Jr.
Cuba?
We have Cuba, right?
Yeah.
We have him already. So.
Yeah. Show me the money, Ray. Show me the money.
Oh, I love the Dennis. Boy. I love the Dennis. Goddamn.
Somebody, Kevin Banana Lease wants Kevin James as Sean Payton, which
That's
is
why I said, man, Kevin James would be amazing as a defensive lineman. Are you kidding me?
it's not bad.
Wait a minute, I just thought of
we don't
something,
even
you
have
guys.
fullbacks in the FCF, but we would make up a fullback just for Kevin James.
I just
Not
thought
bad.
of something, Josh.
What's that?
There's nothing in the rules that says a dog can't be a coach.
Are you getting an Airbud?
Airbud? All of the Airbuds?
Yes. Yes.
All
it doesn't
5
explicitly
Airbuds.
say no dogs in
That's
the
true.
rules.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
It's
We
a
were here
loophole.
yesterday. Yep.
I'm lost. I missed that one.
Grant, you've
That's okay.
currently
There you go.
totally got your work cut out for you, is what you're saying for the
Grant
over
and
the next
Ray,
few
not
weeks
big
before this
Airbud
season.
Yeah,
fans,
I'm
apparently.
thinking about what the comp package for a dog is going to be to coach a game. That's super exciting.
Dude, the owner of Angry Cat or Grumpy Cat or whatever makes like $10 million a year. It's insane.
All right.
I mean,
well,
The Crypto Kitty guy is like legitimately a billionaire, so you never know.
There you go. Man. Oh, Rick T platform. I'm thinking Carol Baskins. Rick, can
Oh, come on.
we get Carol Baskins?
Oh, she's
and
gettable.
Tiger King live from prison on like a
Yeah.
She's gettable.
FaceTime?
She's gettable.
She's but she's got to be coaching the Gutter Cat team, right?
Yes.
That's a requirement. She's going to come in the outfit, so might as well.
That's good. Hey, you cool cats and kittens. Pow!
Yeah.
In comes a linebacker.
Girl baskets. That's great.
Oh, she's playing. She's not coaching. She's
No, she's out there. It's like Dancing with the
She has to
Stars.
be playing. She is a
You would-
demon.
would-
She has to be playing.
Would anyone ever consider hitting her? I mean, you know what happens if you fuck with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, you die.
Tigers.
yeah.
She just strolls in for a touchdown. Untouched.
With
She's
a
got
tiger on
two
the chase.
tigers on a leash.
Just move out of the way.
A former linebacker for the FCF was mauled by tigers this week.
Sponsored by Netflix.
One league decided to take it too far. They gave power to the fans, and then they let in a tiger this season on Tiger King 3.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
We had no idea the fans would want tigers.
I'm just standing there without an arm. I'm like, I was working for free.
They were really good dudes.
I mean, I just had like a really good time. I was just like, it's pretty sick. And then boom, lost my arm.
And then Carol Baskin showed up, and all hell
What
broke
can you
loose.
do? Apparently, we didn't like get the proper paperwork to let live tigers uncaged into the game, and that one's on me. So the fact that I don't have an arm, that one, I follow that. That's on me. Yeah, sorry, guys.
Take the
Why
L.
did we bring tigers the year we let audience in the stands? So Grant, this is why you need to stop by the show more often, because we have
That's
the
great.
ideas. We have all
Yes.
the ideas.
Totally.
Yep.
So there you go. Got to come by more often, man.
Yeah. Thanks for coming through, buddy.
Well, anytime. Happy to be here. Party on, guys.
There's that.
There's that
Definitely
classic,
StreamYard's fault.
Nailed it. Nailed
there's
it.
that
That's what
classic,
you stick
classic
the landing.
Grant
That's
energy
called-
with a little bit of internet hookup.
Yeah. It's called sticking the landing. Sticking landing. All right. I do think, speaking of idea town, brainstorming like we were doing.
Brainstormingsville.
Yeah.
Population us.
Population, these guys. We want to continue to evolve this here very show. No More Chores, as it is called this week. You know,
No,
every single week
I don't
you get
want
to
more
decide what we're
chores.
called, because we like to give the power to you. But we were saying to ourselves, we should allow the power to be even more with the fans with this show. We need to have more ways that the fans can determine what
Get there,
this
Jeff.
show has in it. Why are you laughing at me?
I'm not. I love you. You're the best.
I'm being articulate and clear. The point I'm trying to make here is we want suggestions for segment ideas for this show. What would you like to see on this stream? We are here every Thursday, although I think we might be shifting to Fridays come game times.
Because guess what? We're all probably going to be in Atlanta together, and we're building a set on which this show can be broadcast to all the world. And
in how many days, Jacob? In how many days are we all together? 5 shows, guys. That's 5 more of these. What is even happening?
But we want more of your ideas. We want to be more fan controlled than we already are. So control us. Take that power, fans. Yes. Give us your show ideas, your segment ideas, and let us know what you'd like to see. We are open to suggestions. We want this show to evolve as the season rolls up. What do you want to see us do? You want to see us talking to more of the players? Do you want to see us? Do you want to see trivia come back? What is it that we can do to make this show more the vision that you would like to see? Let us know.
Especially during this season, right? There's so many different things when there's actually games going on and rivalries. Not only will we be able to talk about all the smack talk that's happened over the course of the week and the comings and goings of the league, but also, I mean, I think there's an opportunity here just to throw this out. Like, I think that'd be cool if we had a dedicated block on the show where we talked about strategy, right? Like, how do I engage with the league, and how do I be a better fan? How do I get more effective at calling plays? We're doing a lot of, Josh and FCTV, we're going to do a ton of packages on players and helping understand where we should draft. But the real-time play calling element is something that, like, I think everybody participates in. And at least to this point, we haven't had a lot of resources around how do I get better at it? Like, how do I, anyway, just a thought.
And I was just saying, DBDs just said, yeah, I want to talk to players too. And I think both what Patrick just said and what you're saying to DBDs and Dees, you guys are saying both the same thing. I think we should have definitely more teaching of the plays, because I know once all the plays are going to have these awesome names, but you need to know what they are so you know to use them. And I think that can be a time to talk where we say, you remember when? Like right now, all I think about right now, like when I think of certain players, what play that I remember them from. So when I think about the quarterback, through the Hail Mary, I always think about the through the Hail Mary through Travis Tavoynian. Every time I number 10, every time he Brennan, that's it, right? Brennan. Anyway, every time he went up to the one-on-ones, I could tell when he was throwing a backside fade. Yeah. And so that's the type of thing that we should be sharing. We should, because if you when you see, Brett Favre, when he used to come up to the line and he used to fix his helmet, or he used to strap his chin strap, it wasn't because he was, I forgot to strap my chin strap. He knew he was going to throw a post. He knew he was telling one of the wide receivers, I'm going to throw a fade based off of what he was thinking. So having those looks and those, that I would love to hear a fan come up and go, man, every time Ed Crouch comes to the line and he does this and he looks right before he looks left, he's going to throw there. Those are the little things that coaches pick up. That's why you watch film. So you pick up those little tendencies. So I would love to have that type of chat.
And that's the kind of stuff that, like obviously what we're doing in the bubble and with the content team and what we're building with that slate is it's a living, breathing thing. We're going to talk to our next guest about FCTV as well. A lot of people in the chat are throwing it, just like you said, Ray, we're going to have in preseason, I'm going to be getting as many players to sit down with me live in a small interview room, right? I may not even be on camera depending on how big this is, and just sit there and talk and look at chat and pull questions from chat, do interviewing, with me, but pull a ton. So we live stream all of them. They get to know the player after player after player after player, pull out some of those things, put it on our different forms of social media, put it on our YouTube channel, whatever. So everybody knows. And half those players be like, what's your specialty? Where should players call your number? Yes. What should they do? Is it a fly route? Is it a slant?
Yes.
Is it, that's the kind of stuff that these players want to talk about and the fans need to know. And also gives you an eye into the personality, because listen, we only have this show for an hour and a half. This season, we're going to have like quintuple the amount of content weekly, right? We have this amazing set being built, all this tech, all this crew, everything going forward, so that when you tune into our channel every single day, from around 2 to 3 Eastern until the wee hours of the evening, you're going to be see fan-controlled content, whether it's fan-controlled football, whether it's fan-controlled trivia, whether it's fan-controlled music, fan-controlled Dungeons and Dragons, fan-controlled gaming. All of that is there, and it is a place for the fans to come hang out and talk to their people and learn everything they need to learn, so that when we come on our show on Friday, all of us, as the anchor that has always been, the programming block on Twitch, we are finally there to field everything that happened from the week that was and pull out those moments and then talk about what they want to do, because that's the only time they're going to get all week, all 4 of us together, and hopefully more often than not in the same room at the same desk.
I literally cannot
And
wait.
you know
and
what
look, there
else,
are a lot. There are a lot of great suggestions in the chat right now, but please, you can email us at fansfirst@fcf.io or hit us on social. Look, I mean, again, because I think a lot of this is going to go by really quickly and there's some killer ideas in chat. So spend some time, think about what you want out of this show specifically, and then send them our way. Also, that DBDs in the chat is Deborah Dees in Phoenix, Arizona. My mom. Hey, Mom.
Hey, Mom.
I know.
Real quick, I got to give a shout out to Bov8. I got to find the chat. It just said, how about a segment, when do tickets go on sale? There, segment idea. When are the tickets going on sale?
Just not a bad idea.
We just keep doing it throughout the season, and we're like, just an update on this segment. They went on sale 3 months ago. All right, so let's bring in our next guest. Actually, before we do,
I think we're going to show that video, right?
I think we got a video that we all want to. I haven't even seen this yet. I'm excited.
I waited so that my reaction could be like the first time I saw the trailer for Batman Returns.
This is amazing. So you guys have not seen this. We're going to react live to this. This is so great. This is Info Arcade. Let's watch this, the video that went up this week.
What do I freaking do? I kept telling people that I was going to be an Aces fan for life, and now the Aces aren't even a team. They're not even around. I can't believe I'm doing this. Hey, you're here. I know it's probably a surprise to see me, and you're probably wondering why I'm calling you, but I remember that you said that I could call you and that you would listen to what I had to say. And I'm just
great piano.
Look, if I'm being frank, man, the Aces are gone. I'm just so confused. I don't even know what to do. There's so many unanswered questions, and I just feel completely alone. I feel lost. I don't have Greg Miller to fall back on. I don't have the Aces. I don't have Kind of Funny. I don't have any of that. Like, all of that's gone. Everything that I followed and everything that I believed in, I said I was going to be an Aces fan for life, and now
2 hours later.
Music's amazing.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, what you're saying is you're lost.
Jake Gyllenhaal himself.
Yeah. You're hearing me correctly. That's exactly how I feel. I feel lost.
Okay, I have an exercise for you. Grab a pen and paper, write this down, all right?
This is not his first rodeo.
On the couch.
I am the former People's Champion.
I am former People's Champion.
I am desirable.
I am desirable.
I am wanted.
I am wanted.
Now, write this down. Keep it going. A C E
E S.
A C
A C E S.
A
C E S.
A P E
A P E S.
P
A P E S.
Music change.
A P E
S.
Fire. I'm getting pumped.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Now,
come on. The ape is wild,
doesn't
baby.
that just sound right?
Wow.
The future People's Champions. The apes. Now,
Well,
you know what to do.
I don't know if I have the strength to do it.
Get him, Info.
Gather them. Gather might.
APES.
I gotta call Jake.
Avengers Assemble, baby. Come on. It's so good.
Hey, what's up, dude?
Yo, and Phil, how you holding up?
So, I want you to try something. Yeah. You in?
Okay, bro, I'm in.
It's time to assemble the troops.
Come on. The ape is wild. Come on.
Everyone, Jacoby Boyer here, one of your fan council captains and former Wild Ace Season 1 champions. I'm here to let you know where I'm headed for Season 2. I'm headed to the jungle. Let's go, apes.
Hey guys, Nerd E, Wild Aces fan for life. You can't take that away from me, no matter what you do. But gonna announce, as a FCF captain, as a Wild Aces fan, I've got to move over to my boys at Bored Apes. See you there.
Nerd E with it. You can never take it away.
Season 1 FCF champion, former Wild Ace, made the decision to join the Apes. Apes are wild, baby.
My name is Harry Dog, formerly of the Wild Aces. I'm going to be an ape. Ape Nation!
Ape Nation!
Hey guys, what's up? Sir Numir, fan captain, Season 1 champ. My boys are gone, so I'm going to the apes. I'll see you there. Apes are wild. And yo, Glacier boys, you still gotta watch out. Coming for you.
The Glacier Shade. I love Sir.
So as you can see, I've been busy. And your boy Info is going to the Bored Apes. I'll see you guys in the jungle. Or remember, aces are wild, but the apes are wilder.
Whoa! Yeah! No! Come on!
Go.
Oh, I'm so glad I got to watch that live
leading
with you
the
guys.
ape escape. It is Info Arcade. Let's bring him on the show.
What's up, fellas?
Well done. That video.
Look at him in the background. He's got his ballers out.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
Ape is
We're here to
wild.
ball out. We are here to ball out.
Man.
Bro, sitting here with 4 content creators that we love, like looking at that me, like, bro, I love it. I love that you in the like the way you just put the story together. Done. Done. I'm following you today, bro. I'm following you today,
Thanks,
man.
Thanks.
Info, walk us through the decision. I mean, you and I had some offline conversations. I mean, it took us all by surprise when the Aces left, as the league included. As a guy who's very emotionally invested in the Wild Aces, being close to that ownership group, and with that championship last season, you and I talked a little bit about like what's next. What was walk us through the decision to take from that community and go to the Wild Apes? And I'm curious to hear what you,
dude,
where your head was.
Yeah, I've got to say this past weekend was a complete rat race. Like, we as Aces fans were like, okay, here's the news. We just got to deal with it. We're moving on. But we were like, okay, guys, like, we don't know how working with Drewski is going to be. We don't know what the branding is going to look like. And so we actually first stuck to our guns. We tried to stick with our team and our squad. And so we like all rallied together around a new brand, which was going to be the Hot Shots. And like, it was like all aviator, like Phoenix themed, like, it was kind like of really cool. Like
an homage to the Wild Aces, right? Like it was still like a nod to that. Like, hey, that's still that same tone and that theme. You did an incredible logo for it, which I was like, I love it. Look.
Thanks, man. It was a Phoenix wearing like an aviator helmet, and it had like aces on the helmet, like a pair of aces, and it was really cool. And we were all bought in, and so we're sitting there, we're all voting. Like guys are creating like extra FCF accounts so they can like spam the vote. And we're like, okay, guys, we think we got this. And then like Drewski tweeted, is like, guys, we cannot be whatever this Hot Shots things is. And we're like, oh no. And so like
little did
literally by 3 that afternoon, we created another Discord chat called the Backup Plan. And so we were just
amazing.
Like, all right, guys, we got to know if it's not here, then where. And I had several fans, fan captains, people trying to recruit me And the way I pitched it to my boys, I said, guys, we're going together no matter where it is. If it's to the Beast or it's to the Knights or wherever, I want us to be together. So what do you guys think about this team? What do you think about this team? And at the end of the day, the one group that we felt best fit us and best fit our team and was going to accommodate our crew was actually the Bored Apes. And so we actually reached out to those guys who didn't have ballers. We all got together. We got ballers for those guys to make sure that they could follow with us.
Wow.
And shout out to King Ka and shout out to Jersey for helping make that happen. But like it was a total like thing. Like we're like, yes, we're in this together. You know, the Aces are wild, but the Apes are wilder, and we are ready for season 2.
Info, let me take a beat really quickly because I just, in spirit of transparency, what you said right there when you said that you were being recruited to a team is something literally we talked about. We knew that the future of this league was obviously teams are going to recruit players, but we always said 3-4 years out the teams would be recruiting fans. No, genuinely, my heart skipped a beat when you said that. I was like, oh my god,
this is what all these used to talk about. He used to say, man, we are going to create fans that are going to be recruited. Like, damn.
And here it is. And you saw it. Not only that, but I love the fact that you guys said, look, we are a community. We go together. Because what could have happened in that system was everybody just scatters, right? You go your different ways, everybody for themselves. But you guys, like a true community, said, where are we going? And oh, man, incredible story.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, honestly, that's what makes this league great, right? Like owners are cool. Like I love our owners. I love all the owners across the league. I love the players that help make this football league happen. But at the end of the day, it's the community that makes the FCF so incredible. It's the fans that are coming together, that are connecting. And so to be a part of that, to see it, that is something that I love being a part of. And that is what's going to keep me in this league for the long haul. It's, you know, owners are going to come and go. The league's going to change. We might have rebrands in the future. It doesn't matter. What is here to stay is fans and our community. That's it.
It's bottom up, right? Bottom up. That's what's so cool about this league is that I mean, power to the fans is catchy, but like I keep saying, it's not just a catchy slogan. It really feels like it's bottom up. And you guys are a great example of that. It's really inspiring to see that. That's cool, man.
Thanks, man.
I love it. I just love, like, because bro, like when I played at Tennessee, I used to wear my high school t-shirt underneath my pads.
Oh yeah.
And when I went to the league, I put my Tennessee shirt underneath my pads. You know, it's like I bring that thing to me, and like I see you got the Bored Apes there, but you got your Wild Aces shirt on. You like, I'm still representing. I'm this is home. But this is what we're moving into, so that's dope. That's dope as hell, bro.
And I love the fact that you guys went and took care of your fellow fans.
Yes,
made sure they got ballers.
Right,
made sure they were, and that's part of the Ballers Collective, right? Is that, you know, everybody's got their baller. Everybody is a baller. It's you know, and that video just proved the fact that, and I will say this straight up, I got a lot of pitches for FCTV, and I'm continuing to get a lot of pitches. And if you haven't pitched, I want to hear any pitch and take all pitches, and we will bring you into the pitch room. But the best pitches and the most well put together pitch I got was from Info Arcade by far. It wasn't even close.
Thanks, man.
Graphics, idea, well thought out, put together. Clearly, he knows what he's doing. He put together that whole video. Right? He got our boy Jacob Boyer in his dungeon-like garage to then put a bush next to him.
That was all Jacob. That was all Jacob, man.
Well done. Right, dude? You are a glue. You're a glue of a human. I want your show. I want you to have an actual Info Arcade behind you. I want the Info Arcade to be built around you. Because guess what? Next Thursday, the first ever episode of The Pitch Room here on twitch.tv/FCF, right after this program, which does not have a name yet, just call it, well, it's No More Chores, but also the Fan Controlled Show. Info Arcade will be on that very first episode to pitch his ideas to you, the fans, us, the founders, Ray and Patrick, Jeff, myself, however long people can stay. We're bringing people on. Jiggaman Porto, aka Celso Porto, will be here as well.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you want to be on the pitch room and you want to pitch your idea to become part of that program slate during the season and into the off season, we're not just going to stop Twitch once the season's over. We just keep ramping up for more seasons.
Yeah, that's right.
Info Arcade has proven himself a worthy member of the team and a worthy person to be featured on FCTV, but that has yet to be decided until next week's pitch room. So we're pumped about that, dude. And thank you for making my job very easy. When you send pitches like that, it makes my job very easy.
Yeah, it was like 6 pages long, so I'm sorry for that. But yeah, I'm so excited for FCTV. I've gotten to talk to other guys who are going to be on the pitch room next week.
Yeah.
They have some incredible content that they want to bring to the league and to FCTV. So make sure you as fans are just as involved, that you guys are watching, because you're supporting your fellow fans next week who are creative, who are throwing their ideas out there and bringing them to you so you can have more FCF content. And dude, it's just awesome to be a part of this. Like, as you can see it now, like, this is going to be massive.
What's Ray doing?
I always creating content. He's just a machine.
He's a content machine.
So Brian Kirsch in the chat saying, going all the way up. Nothing can stop me. I love that song.
That's right.
Talk to me a little bit about the what are you looking for? I mean, with the Bored Ape community, it is a fresh start, right? Like, it is a culture that is just starting. What are your goals around, building that community, and what do you want that to feel like, and where do you want that to go?
Yeah, so I mean, I think there were a lot of things that the Aces ownership group did really well last year, with Kind of Funny, with just everyone involved, and I think that one of the things that made it really great was just the interaction, not just with fans, but also with players, that it was a constant connectivity of co-streaming and collaboration. Like, you seeing Greg pick up the phone like a complete goofball and calling and say, hey, you're our next draft pick. And like, we're so excited to have you now. Let's go smash those Glacier boys in the face. Like, that was so much fun. And so now I get to replicate that in season 2 with a brand new team, with people who are brand new to the FCF, who've never gotten to experience that before, and all the things that we liked that the Aces did really well in season 1. We get to bring that to the Bored Ape community. Absolutely. And King Kong and I actually had a phone call earlier today about what we are going to do to collaborate to make sure that the Bored Apes have the best community in the FCF, but also not just the best community in the FCF, they're going to have the best interaction on draft days and on game days, because we really want to make sure that fans have a place to live on game days and draft days, and that they can be involved and connected.
Yo, I love this.
That's
I love
crazy. Wait, hold up. I gotta say, I say this all the time. Every time I give any of the teams any respect, the Wild Aces, the way they did it, the way, like he just said, their connectivity from the coaches from the owners to the players to the fans, I thought they did it brilliantly. Now, the fact that you are now taking that blueprint to another team, freaking amazing, and that is exactly what we're talking about. Like, he is being like. Some point, we already know at some point your group is going to be a brand that people are going to seek after. They're going to seek after because of the way you guys do things, man. And like, man, shouts out to you. Like, I bring that shit up all the time. I'm like, man, the Wild Aces, they understood it. They got it. And the fact that you're taking that blueprint and doing it again, man, every team's got to worry about that.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like Aces fans really know what works. And so whenever I talk to these guys, like in our group in the backup plan, like, that was the thing I told them, like, guys, we know what needs to be done. We know how we need to do it. Let's go lead other people in that. And let's continue what the Aces started as Apes.
Oh, yeah.
So,
that's great, man.
I want to give a shout out real quick. So our first pitch next week on the pitch room, 4 pitches. We have 3 episodes slotted so far. So 3 episodes of pitches. I've read them all through. Our boy Celso Porto has helped him. FCTV. So Info Arcade himself, Jaden, will be there. Our boy Matthew McMillan, a.k.a. Peanut. Andrew Yenny, The Good Part. And, of course, Kenny G. Stevenson will all be part of the first episode of the pitch room. Look in your emails for that. We'll be going live right after this show next Thursday at around 4 Pacific.
So cool.
Check it
it's awesome,
out.
man.
Yeah.
Couple things.
For you.
First, the name of the show for next week. The poll is up right now. Get your votes in. The options are Pitch It or Ditch It.
Okay.
Name Not Found. Still Coming Soon. Or Never Take a Leg Drop. Pretty good. Ridley Hogan's only move. 2 things for me. One, exactly what Ray was saying. What better template to use than the friggin' champions of season 1, right? They
Yep.
showed
Yeah.
how to do it.
Yep.
What better template? But invariably, there are going to be some fans listening to this that are like, I want to get involved. I want to be part of what Info Arcade is doing. And I think that's awesome. But there's also, I know it, there's a couple of fans out there that are like, I could jump on board, or I could be the Info Arcade for another team.
Yes.
I could start, and that's what I think you're going to see is that this is going to start happening all across the league, and it's going to be the battle of titans, you know, and that's what I'm super excited about, is that this is going to be a domino effect, and you guys, all the teams are going to have these really streamlined, cohesive communities that support each other and are awesome and are focused and have a will to win, and then they're going to meet, and it's going to be like, who's really going to come out on top? And I think that's going to be when the FCF becomes the true vision that these guys had at the beginning.
Our friend Ruthless Cutie said there is only one Info Arcade. That is true. There can only be one.
Yeah, but I love what you're doing, man, and I think it's going to inspire other folks to do it too. So
agreed.
Cool.
Yeah,
Agreed.
I would
Well
love
said, Jeffrey.
Captains, shout out to you. Like, this is your league to own. If you're a fan-controlled captain, this is my call to you. Step up. Let's lead our teams well, and let's make this league just absolutely amazing.
Yeah. LFG.
Oh, let's go.
All right, man. The Info Arcade, thank you for being here. It's super inspiring and awesome. We can't wait to see what the Bored Apes do in season 2.0 and how you and all your teammates help bolster the action on the field. It's just awesome. Thanks for being here.
Thanks, man.
buddy.
Thanks for having me, guys. Oh, real quick. Dees, you got to tell the Marshawn story. I was reminded to tell you.
Oh, all right. We've got a couple quick announcements. I'll do it at the very end if you can leave
Sounds
me 60
good.
seconds. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Later, buddy. Thanks for coming through.
Good stuff.
You better tell that effing story, Dees.
I know.
Tell the story, man.
Do you want me to talk about it? I can do it in 60 seconds. So, all right, really quickly. The very first time we met Marshawn, Ray and I had been talking to him for months about what the league is, and he didn't know if he wanted to get involved. And he's approached by all kinds of startup leagues. Finally, was really intrigued, and originally we were going to play in Las Vegas. So we met him in Las Vegas. It's easy to get people out there. Ray's going to help me with some color in the story, but we met him at Caesars. We picked him up in a car and we drove in. He was standing in the lobby of Caesars. He had his hood up. He had his sunglasses on. You could hardly tell it was Marshawn. And so we're like, is that Marshawn? We shook his hand, and he with his team were there. Anyway, we walked and talked, and we got in the car, and Ray is doing his Ray thing that's like super inspiring. He's telling him about all the cool shit that's going to happen in the league. And you see him like as we're driving over, he starts like getting more interested. He takes the hood down, takes his sunglasses off, and he's kind of like really into it. So we get over to Caesars, and we were playing at the television studio behind Caesars, and we're literally at that 25-yard line, and we're like pointing at like, oh, the cameras are going to be here, and this is where stands are going to be. And he's like, I could see it. And I told this group 100 times that he doesn't know my name at all. I've met him 30 times now. It's always Big Dog, and no clue. But at this point, he was calling. This is where he got started. He's like, yo, Big Dog. And I'm like, what's up, man? And he's like, yo, can we sit down? And I was like, yeah, at the time he was on the IR. I thought his leg was hurt. And so I was like, oh man, my bad. Sorry about your leg. So Ray did this thing, ran over, got the Caesars guys to like put up a chair and tables. So we're walking over. He goes, nah, Big Dog, it's not about my leg. It's because we drinking. And out of his backpack, he takes a whole handle of Hennessy, puts it on the table, slams it on the table. It is 11:15 in the morning. That handle is half gone. And at the time I was thinking, oh, he probably had that first part for last night. But then as we started talking, we realized that was breakfast. And it was just the most baller thing I've ever seen anybody do in a meeting, is pull a handle out of Henny and just put it right across the table from the people that you're talking with. So
there he is.
That was our first Marshawn story.
We're sitting with nothing but Caesar Palace like executives, CMOs.
Yeah.
Everything. And then he's just like, talk. Yeah, okay, cool. This is dope.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. It's just going. It's incredible.
I love that, man.
Me and Dees was sitting there looking at the season people like this, like, yeah, what?
Yeah.
What are you,
Zero fucks given. You know?
Everybody says they don't care what people think. Marshawn is the only human being on the planet that just genuinely does not care. Doesn't care. Just doesn't care.
If anybody watching has not seen the Marshawn episode of Murderville,
yeah, it's fantastic.
Highly recommended. Highly recommended.
And I'm glad. I'm so glad you brought that up. Like, look at that. Like, we can talk about Marshawn not just on the field but off the field. Like, we can talk about him being a fucking beast on the field, but he's an actor now.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
He's
played himself.
great.
He's played himself in a few things, but he is now being sought out as an actor. Man.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, he's
I love that. I love that more than the athlete thing that we're showing. And that's one of our team owners, just like Renee Montgomery, just like Destroying, just like, I mean, Richard Sherman, he's got commercials. Like, we can keep that shit going, man. I love
Freddie
that.
Airmail says, Henna's D's?
Okay,
terrible.
we're getting there.
It's not great.
I wanted to know the end of the story. Who was the person that picked Dees off the ground?
Yeah.
And you tried to keep up with Marshawn.
Nah, Dees was on the other side of it. He was on the other side of it.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah, I was sitting right next to him, so it was good.
You know what? I'll wait until dinner. Maybe I'll just play.
Yeah.
Anyway, awesome story. Thank you for telling it, Dees. We can reveal that your vote, fans, has determined that this show will be called Pitch It or Ditch It.
That's perfect as it goes into the pitch room. It's
going to be the perfect lead in to the pitch room next week. So thank you for that awesome vote. Also, are we unable to announce the winning?
The ball vote. It is final. It's official.
How did it go? Final?
We get it. We got it. What was it?
Let's see it.
Yes. I do think that was the coolest one. I do.
It's awesome, isn't it?
Come on.
So good. The little Wi-Fi in the corners. Ends. So good.
I love that our rendering too it's pretty much like a
super blurry.
It's a cutout of like, hey, okay, kids, cut out your football and glue it to your favorite piece of construction.
It totally is. Yeah. It's got those little tabs on the side that you stick in the holes.
Curl it, and you're gonna fold it and you're gonna flick it across the desk. All right, and that's arts and crafts for today. But now it's turning into a real football, Jeffrey. It's a real football.
Who was it? I was standing last time when we were at the last tryout in Atlanta. I was standing. Who was it? I was standing waiting for my Uber to go back to the airport, and someone got back from the field, and I can't remember who it was. Was it one of you guys? I don't think it was one of you guys, but it was somebody who. Oh, I know who it was. I won't reveal. One of our people that we were working with came back with a ball. I was like, "You stole a ball?" And he's like, "Yeah, they just let me have a ball." And I was like, "Why didn't I think to take a ball?"
We can get you some this season, Jeffrey.
Yeah, I want one of those ones now.
Yeah, we'll make it happen.
Yeah.
Baller. All right, folks, that's going to do it for this episode. Remember to follow FCF on those socials: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Discord, YouTube, Twitch. We're everywhere. We're everywhere, and we're going to be everywhere. Get on the train. Man, talking to Info Arcade just got me so excited for this season. It's really cool. That's the football. That's the name of the show. 37 days, fellas. Let's do it. We'll see you guys next week. Until then, power to the fans.
Power to the fans.